this third down play to open the period. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. And they'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Tigers.
Well, this guy's had a big role in this offense this year, especially when they get down close to the end zone. That's his 5th rushing touchdown on the year. He's been a factor for these guys offensively.
Up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 14-0. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Interesting matchup this week in the Big 12 today. In fact, they're all interesting this season. Oklahoma State is up big right now, and what's shaping up to be a blowout they'll be talking about in Stillwater for a long time. They're up 14 over Arizona. We'll circle back if anything changes in this interesting Big 12 matchup. Back to you guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
The play-action fake. Got out of trouble and throws. Caught near the sticks. It's Washington. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. Oh, he's got some space. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. He'll do it himself. Stopped at the 47 after a 10-yard gain. The Noles want to pick up the tempo.
This is an offense that can move the sticks in a whole lot of different ways. Now you're seeing...
Quarterback can pull the trigger, and down he goes at the 41.
That's a big-time play on the D-line right there. And listen, you know, they've had a lot of NFL guys in recent years up front. William the Fridge Perry, old-school Clemson great on the D-line. He'd be proud of watching that performance on that last play. This guy right here, man, sometimes he just looks like...
And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Heaves it on the run. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Taking it the other way. He's inside the 40.
And how about that? That's the first INT for this guy. Like, he's gone all throughout this year, taking care of the football, making plays, really building trust with his offensive coordinator. First mistake, hey, listen, put it behind you. You've had a great season so far, young man.
Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute them.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
This guy's gotten off to a good statistical start, guys. With that last completion, he's already now over 1,000 passing yards on the season, and man, you know he's looking for more.
Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down. The offense defense threatening. Close to the end zone now with a new set of downs. Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4. See if they can get it done on 2nd and goal. Back to pass. And the Heat gets there. And they get him down at the 14-yard line. Now 3rd and goal and tough yardage to cover here. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. He's got him. And they'll stop him inside the 5, but the defense is backed up in the shadow of its own goalpost. Out of the gun, looking to throw. Touchdown, Clemson! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board. How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5?
All you can say is how impressive has this team been at home today in all 3 facets of the game. Their defense has been outstanding. We've seen some plays in special teams, and the offense continues to deliver, showing off all of the playmakers and all of the versatility they have on that side of the football. This could not be better here in the first half for the home team.
And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. Looks like he's going to try to return it. He just about popped that one for a long one, but as it is, he gives his team a lot of momentum with a solid return. Back to throw, it's Chop. Under fire. And the defense, they've got him at the 27.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now you see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game so far.
Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And a big play on the outside. What a job to keep those feet in bounds and get the completion. The Seminoles racing to the line in the hurry-up.
And you just wonder now, is that the play that's finally going to wake this offense up? They've been sluggish throughout the entire first half, but could that be the thing that finally just gives them a little bit of a jolt and leads them to scoring some points here before this half is over?
The Seminoles are on the move. Whistle blows. We are at the 2-minute timeout, and man, oh man, could these guys use a score to cut into this lead. Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Finds his tight end. That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play. And the Seminoles in a good spot here with 2nd and short.
Nice quick throw there. It's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident.
And the quarterback goes down. There is a penalty flag on the field, but I think the defense might have the option just to take this play. This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. They're close enough for a makeable field goal from the 26, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and long. Looking to throw, it's Chop. Throws toward the end zone. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down. They'll try to put 3 on the board as the field goal unit comes on. This might be a little easier if it were straight on, but a 43-yarder from the right hash. What a disappointment. No good. After the missed field goal, still down by 21 points, guys. The give to the back. There he goes. And an explosive play has him on the move, and he gets it all the way to the 48-yard line. The Tigers, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Finds a man in the middle. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a 1st down.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the 1st down.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Fires downfield. And the defense forced that incompletion with the deflection.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on 1st down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Clemson!
Well, this thing's turning into a rout. It's turning into a rout quickly. Really nice job by the offense there, but it's not just them. Their defense is getting it done. Their special teams are getting it done, and it just feels like they're really feeding off of this home crowd and their energy. This has been the definition of home field advantage in this football game.
The AT unit on the field. And the extra point makes it 28-0. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. They find themselves in a pretty deep hole here, but maybe a chance to grab a little momentum and regroup at halftime.
Yeah, a big chance. Like this is an opportunity. This is the biggest opportunity in front of them in the game right now. You got to get some points on the board. You got to create something positive, Jesse. There hasn't been a whole lot to be positive about in the 1st half.
If I'm playing quarterback, I'm locating my go-to guy at receiver. Who can I count on one-on-one to go and make me a...
Turning it on! They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down. We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Now from the 36-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires to the big fella. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. The Seminoles are in the hurry-up.
2nd down coming up.
To the air, it's Chop. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. Now facing a 3rd and long. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. Trying to set up the screen. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Holding. Defense.
They'll decline the penalty here, and the result of the play stands. The offense comes back out with a new set of downs after the penalty. Looking downfield on 1st down. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock. These guys are bringing serious heat. They are like sharks swarming and just getting after the passer. Rush is on him. Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss.
And I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now and why they're trailing on the scoreboard is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
He gets it to the 38-yard line, and they'll pick up a fresh set of downs.
And how about that on 3rd and long? I think everybody in this place thinking pass, right? Drop back and play pass. Well, who has the quarterback? Like, a lot of times in these man-to-man, 3rd down and long situations, nobody has him.
And the defense wraps up the first half by taking it to the quarterback and getting a sack. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Man, great energy in that building. There always is when these two get together. And a fun first half between these rivals. And how can we begin our analysis of that first half without singing the praises of one of the elite backs in football? Racking up huge numbers on the ground, even throwing the occasional block. This kid is the total package. And if this defense doesn't adjust its strategy, he could be headed towards a career day. That said, let's get back to the field and our guys in the booth to see who comes out on top of this rivalry contest.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second. Here. The Tigers will kick it off to start the second half. And he takes this from inside the 5. And the returner will be dragged down. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. Got blown out in the first half and now just desperate to find anything to generate momentum here in the 3rd quarter.
It just starts with one play, though. You just need one thing to go right for this offense to start to build that momentum, and then that becomes infectious for the defense, for special teams. Everything can change. It just takes one play.
It really can, and it's so strange, and you can't quantify it. I don't know how to describe it as a coach or as a player.
And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9. Oh, man, they've already lost one quarterback today. Now the backup comes in and has to take a shot.
Man, I might think about protecting my QB a little better. I already lost one. Now your second guy gets hit, and you got to keep this guy healthy. You got to keep him upright. You got to protect your quarterback.
He cannot get there. It'll be 4th down. And the Seminoles line up to punt it away. Makes the grab close to the logo. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up. Breaks into the open. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Wants to throw on 1st down. Finds a tight end.
I'll tell you, when you've got a tight end like this, it makes it a lot easier calling pass plays on 1st down, even if the defense is in zone coverage. He did a really good job there, working his leverage, finding the soft spot, and making it an easy completion.
Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. They drag him down, but not before he picks up a Clemson 1st down.
Well, they needed 2 yards for that 1st down. The running back doing just enough to make sure he keeps this drive alive.
Clemson ready to go back to work with another 1st down. Here we go. Use the play fake, now to throw. Boy, did that one have revolutions on it, but it's incomplete.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open. That's why that one fell incomplete.
Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can't pick up a first down without scoring. Third down. Looking to throw for it. Here comes the heat. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it first and goal. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Clemson will come to the line with a first and goal. Trying to run it in. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Trying to power it in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Tigers. Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And that kick was perfectly down the middle. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, it is now a final in the Big Ten, and a game I think a lot of folks will want to see. Wisconsin was able to squeak one out in front of those home fans at Camp Randall. In fact, I think in the end, the difference may have been that Badgers crowd who heads for the gates with the win. We'll see a lot of games this week, but few will have as much of an impact on the Big Ten standings as this one does, gentlemen.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. He's stopped dead in his tracks again. No running room to be found. They keep trying and have had very little success. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Back to pass. It's Chop. That's reeled in. It's Washington. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. And the Noles come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. From the gun, he'll try to throw for it on 3rd down. Interception, and things are going from bad to worse.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his 2nd of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Here we go. He wants to start this drive with a pass. Makes the grab. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
Fires to the wideout. Oh, goes right through his hands, and he will think about that one for a while. It'll be 3rd down. And the Tigers are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. They'll try to power their way ahead. Oh, he's got some space. They've got it just outside the red zone. They'll move the chains. It's at the 21. And it's another 1st and 10 play. Looking to throw on 1st down. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Complete. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. The Tigers headed quickly to the line. From the gun, the ground game. And they're able to get a 3rd down stop here. See if they go for it on 4th. 4th down and 1, and they'll go for it. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Converts on 4th down, and he's still going. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the 1st down. Motion from the wideout. The snap sets up to throw. Unleashes to the end zone. And that one is right on target if his target was the 1st row.
And you're not going to see many of those. That's a gift for this defense. You don't see this guy miss very often, especially to put 6 on the board. That was a big missed opportunity for this quarterback and this offense.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Looking for the touchdown on 3rd and goal. Touchdown, Tiger! Quick strike through the air for the score.
You know, quarterbacks and receivers, they develop confidence and chemistry as the game goes on. These two right now are definitely on the same page.
Lining up to add another. And with that extra point, the lead remains in the gargantuan category. So that drive didn't have to cover a lot of ground, going 47 yards. It was capped off by a 1-yard touchdown pass. Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. He'll bring it out. It's Lemon. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. He'll keep it himself. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Well, the QB decided to keep it on that one. And listen, if you had his athleticism, you'd want to keep it too. Almost every time they run these types of option plays. But he's just going to have to do a good job of understanding when to hand it off, when to pitch it, and try to keep this defense on their heels.
And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. He is denied, cannot get to the 1st down marker, and it's 4th down coming. The Noles decide to punt it away. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. At midfield, trying to turn it upfield. And the returner will be brought down. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. How about the way they attacked the last time they had the ball, mixing run and pass and winding up in the end zone, Jesse?
That's why recruiting is so important. They've got weapons at every skill position on the field. Any of these guys is dangerous if they touch the football. Let's see what they do on this drive, David.
And so, Palmer, I got to take away something. I can't let them have everything and have success. I got to be aggressive against the run or play for the pass. I can't give them everything.
Tackle is made at the 27. Let's give him 10 yards on the play, and it is enough for a 1st down. To the air on 1st down. Got his man quickly. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. The Tigers in the hurry-up.
And that's another 1st down.
Wants to go up top on 1st down. Good timing on the quick out. Touchdown, Tigers! And they take it in for 6 more points. The old saying is pick your poison. Both of them are lethal when you deal with this guy. He fits that Clemson quarterback mold.
That's what stinks. So, yeah, I got to come up and worry about his legs and make sure I bring a safety down to be aggressive in stopping this Clemson running attack, and then he throws it over my head. So tough to defend when you get all the speed, the running game going, the tempo, and then a quarterback that can run and throw. Good luck.
The kick is up and good, and put one more on the lead. Quick work scoring drive, just 4 plays. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll bring it back. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. He'll pull it on the read. He gets nothing, and they keep plowing ahead with the running game, and they've got very little to show for it. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Running to Green. They'll knock him down after a pickup of 1 to the 18.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down. And they got to keep that up here in the 2nd half.
The Seminoles will line up to punt it away. That leg is staying loose already, the 5th kick of the night. Another punt on the way. Got to make sure those hammies and glutes all activated. Don't want any muscle pulls from overuse. He's going to get loose. They won't get him. It's a touchdown.
And that is one of the biggest plays of that young man's football life. The true freshman taking the punt to the house. If I'm the head coach and I watch that, I'm now trying to find ways to get this guy on the field offensively because he's got some special ability.
And they add the extra point to finish the drive. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. As we enter the 4th quarter, let's see if anything memorable can come from this one. Kicker has everything lined up and about set to get this one underway. Let's see if he can make a play on the return. And the returner goes down. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. Wide receiver going in motion. They'll try the right side. They needed to find enough space and get it moving forward, and they're up to the 22. The Seminoles with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. They'll run the toss. They were trying to hit the corner on that loss, but the defense refused to lose contain.
And this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, but whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be.
And he throws another interception, his 3rd one of the night. Touchdown, Clemson. The defense gets it done with a huge interception return. With that, the lead nice and comfortable, and they're cruising toward a 4-0 start.
And this has been the story of the game. Everything going their way. Offensively, special teams, and now on defense. Here in the 4th quarter, they're still being aggressive. They're still jumping these throws, and he picked that thing off and took it all the way to the house.
On to attempt the try. And with the extra point, the lead is even bigger. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the Big 12. Oklahoma State is just boat racing them right now, thanks to an offense that's putting up video game numbers. They're up by 27 over Arizona. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this Big 12 Clash of the Titans, guys.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. A little wrinkle here as they go to the Wildcat and use the extra blocker. Back has it. And this Wildcat is going to be declawed, stopped in the backfield.
Well, Well, that last play is basically a microcosm of what today has been like for this offense. Just nothing happening. Not physical enough at the point of attack. They're being swarmed. They haven't had the balance necessary to win this game, and that's why they find themselves trailing late.
A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. To the air. It's Chubb. Here's the pressure. And the sack. All the way back at the 5.
And how about this offense, man? It's been a rough day. You're getting beat down. You're trying to find some kind of momentum late in the game to build something off of, and you give up another sack.
He's going to get stopped, trapped, and it'll be a safety.
And that's the exclamation point right there. It's been a bad day, man. This offense, they're going to have to find some answers over the next couple of weeks, especially the next week at practice, of who they are, what their identity is, because all they've done today is struggle around and now give up points.
Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. From the shotgun, the inside give. And look, this guy has some serious moves, and he tried all of them and still didn't get loose. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Gonna sling it on 2nd down. Got his man. At the 40, there he goes. And he found all kinds of room and got it down to the 28.
I don't know if they're trying to get this guy Heisman consideration, but the fact that they're still throwing the ball at this point of the game with a lead like they have is surprising, I gotta be honest.
After that huge play, they've now got it inside the 30. It's 1st and 10. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on 1st down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
Using the back as a receiver on the screen. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time. They're within field goal range at the 29. Let's see if they can pick up a few or the 1st down on 3rd and long. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. Unloads to the wideout. Makes a grab past the marker. And he gets it down to the 4-yard line before he's finally stopped. A terrific run after the catch. Let's see what Clemson comes up with on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Clemson. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me or I should get conservative, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
And the extra point just tacks a little bit more onto this huge lead. So that's a 60-yard touchdown drive. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. Coming out with it, it's Lockett. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. And the last time they had the ball, they wound up giving up a safety, Jesse.
Yeah, that was ungood the last time they had the ball. So they got to do something here offensively to get into a rhythm, running and throwing the football. Try to find that consistency.
And try to find something positive with this offense. Forget about the safety. Those don't happen very often. Try to get some 1st downs together. Get some good mojo going.
Gives it on the option. How about that defense getting back there? He'll lose a couple.
Yeah, and this offense, man, it's been a struggle bus. And they haven't clicked yet. They haven't found what they're really, really good at. And I'll tell you this, it's later in the 4th quarter, later in the game, obviously. They need to start airing.
And he'll be knocked down at the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I bet the frustration meter for this offense is so high. If you can't keep your quarterback upright, it's hard to move the ball. It's hard to score points. This offensive line has not protected him at all, and that's why so many sacks keep happening.
Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's first down.
Big reason why his team has the lead right now late is because of his performance running the football. Well over 100 yards in this game. They knew that they were going to have to really put a lot of pressure on him. He'd have to shoulder the load, and he has delivered for his offense all game long.
They showed great trust in their quarterback right there, and why not? He's had an outstanding game.
An outstanding game, has taken care of the football. Now late in the game, you got the lead. That first down now tells me now it's time to start running the football.
And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total.
With that last touchdown, looks like they're going to start this season 4-0. You've got to be impressed with what you've seen so far from this team. We knew coming in on paper this team had a chance this season, but until the lights go on, until you actually go out and do it for real, you can't believe just how good they are. But they've shown now, starting 4-0 on the year, this is a team that's going to contend for a national championship.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. The returner will field it and try to set up his offense in great field position. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, and to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. They'll run the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down.
And so many things have to come together perfectly for a screen to work for big yardage. And they were close. You could tell that almost busted, but they just got wrapped up, got a little bit of yardage, but they really wanted that one to be a big gainer.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Seminoles really need to keep this drive alive on third down. They'll try to get the first through the air. Quickly to the flat, the wide receiver screen. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. The Seminoles send out the punt unit. Let's see what he can do with it. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the Oak. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today too, David. They had a really good game plan coming into this one, and they went out and they executed at a very high level.
Yeah, lights out, and this game's over. I'm interested to see the philosophy now. Do we keep chucking the pill and keep trying to score points? Because it's the defense's responsibility to stop them, or do they just run this clock and say, all right, we did enough today. We kicked them in the face.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Wants to go up top. A shot toward the end zone. Intercepted for the 11th time.
And his QB's put up a lot of numbers today and had a lot of success, but man, he makes his first mistake. And this defense, they finally capitalize. They get the big turnover and stop.
Yeah, they needed something to go their way finally against the pass, and they get it right there. Now, if you're this quarterback, you got to turn the page quickly. Obviously, they're not going to stop throwing the football. They've had tons of success with this game tonight so far. He's going to be able to have to bounce back from that interception.
Back to pass on 2nd down. Catch in the middle, it's Lemon. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few.
And And this game is obviously out of hand. But I think the fans would argue, too, at this point, like, all right, well, let's not throw checkdowns, right? Let's throw some deep balls and continue to open up this offense and keep fighting. I think that's what you want to see. You want to see your squad not quit. Keep fighting until the very end of the...
And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. And the Seminoles will try to pin them back with the punt. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. They're in command of this game. Now let's see if they try to rub a little salt in the wound or happy with getting the W.
Yeah, and listen, this makes the post-game handshake fun sometimes if you do choose to rub a little salt in it and keep chucking and keep scoring. I'm here for it, Jesse. Like, your job is to score points. It's my job to stop it. Keep the foot to the accelerator. Keep trying to play ball.
I agree 1,000%. That's like Steve Spurrier back in the day when I was playing for the Gators. You go and play for him because you want the opportunity to throw the ball. So when you get in the game late, you're not handing it off. We were beating Central Michigan by 80-something points. He was still letting us throw the football. It's the defense's job to stop you.
Here comes Clemson with another first down. They'll give it to the back. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Rides to the back. Got some room headed to the goal line. He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to be enough to put them in victory formation for the rest of this one. Pushes for the goal line. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
And they just keep piling on the points. We've seen in big moments in this game, they have been able to step up and deliver, particularly on offense. Very impressive performance.
And you know the standard is indisputable video evidence, and the officials will change the call. They'll use the timeout. 6 seconds left on the clock. And here we go. Final play of the game right here. Trying to barge in. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
Ready to try the point after. The extra point, they pushed the lead out a little further. So they started that drive barely into opponent's territory and went 48 yards, and they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. One more play to pad the stats. Looking to throw on first down. And down he goes, and that's going to do it. Didn't have much of a chance there, and the defense puts an exclamation point on this. There's a long and storied history of great games between these two rivals, and this chapter adds another to that legacy.
Really impressed by the poise by the winning team as well here. They weren't overhyped in this game. They came out, they looked prepared, they were calm, definitely confident. David, they were able to go out and execute well enough to get this win.
And it's hard in these rivalry games with all the emotions running so deep. Like, you sometimes get overzealous. Sometimes you get too many penalties. It's hard to rein in your emotions, but they did. They kept it in check, and now bragging rights for a whole year.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.